Travis Danraj was at the site as police moved through earlier. And Travis, take us through what happened tonight.
Yeah, that's right, Ian. We certainly are seeing enforcement ramp up on this 10th day of the demonstration. There have been several arrests that Ottawa police have just announced, 7 arrests in total, and 2 of those arrests were at that scene that you were just talking about, at that staging site where a lot of the protesters were bringing fuel into town. That's where they brought the fuel initially, and then they would distribute it to downtown. So police say 2 people at that baseball parking lot were arrested and charged with mischief. Also, multiple vehicles seized and fuel seized. There were also 5 other arrests today in relation to incidents that happened downtown. And Ian, overall, they say 60 criminal investigations on everything from hate crimes to property damage to vandalism and threats have been underway, or that are underway right now.
And so, Travis, the city now under a state of emergency. What do we know about what all of this means for the protests going forward?
Well, it's unknown right now, and a lot of residents in downtown Ottawa say that this state of emergency declaration, it comes too little, too late, and some are taking it into their own hands now. For 10 days, it has been relentless. Horns, sirens, fireworks at all hours. A state of emergency won't stop that. Simply cut red tape at City Hall to get equipment faster. It's like it comes and stops and starts, eh?
Yeah, and
There it is.
It absolutely is impossible to ignore.
Zexi Lee has had enough. She says Ottawa police and the city have failed.
We are literally begging for your help. We're begging for any kind of action, and it's come to the point where we feel that we need to do it ourselves because you are refusing to do so.
Lee is the plaintiff in a proposed class action lawsuit of Ottawa residents claiming up to $10 million in damages against organizers of the convoy, citing significant mental health effects and dangerous sound levels.
It's really a national security issue. There's, propane tanks everywhere. They're firing off fireworks in close proximity. Quite frankly, it's dangerous to those protesters themselves.
Ottawa police say they don't have the resources needed. Still, enforcement is ramping up. More tickets and fines are being handed out. Anyone bringing in gas and other supplies are now being threatened with potential arrest. Police say they convinced protesters to move a structure they had set up in the core, but earlier, organizers were undeterred.
The reality is we'll find another way around it. Also highly, highly questionable as to whether that's legal or not, and that gets back to the issue of charter rights versus some local municipal bylaw that says you're not allowed to pull a wagon down the street.
A carnival-like atmosphere, bouncy castles, saunas, and more, on top of safety concerns for emergency vehicles and growing claims of harassment towards citizens. What would you want to tell these protesters if they're watching this tonight?
This is not peaceful. If you truly believe that this is peaceful, I would urge you to really listen to the people that you're subjecting this to.
Now, also tonight, we know that Ottawa police have barricaded and closed off a downtown park where protesters were gathered. We did not hear from Police Chief Peter Slowly today. And the big question tonight, with enforcement ramping up, remains, Ian, what happens next?
Nice work again today, Travis. Thank you.